What if I told you that the prettiest raised bed your neighbors are going to be jealous of is sitting in your trash right now? Not in a store. Not online. In your trash. And before this video is done, you are going to have a fully functional raised bed built, filled, and ready to grow, and you will have spent less than what you paid for your last cup of coffee. I am not exaggerating. Stick with me, because what I am about to show you is going to completely change the way you think about gardening on a budget forever. Hey, welcome back to Earthly Gardening, the place where we prove every single week that a beautiful, productive garden has absolutely nothing to do with how much money you spend. If you are brand new here, I am so glad you found us. You picked the perfect video to start with. And if you have been rolling with us for a while, you already know we do not play around when it comes to saving money and growing real food. Today is no different. Real quick before we dive in, if you get something useful from this video, drop a comment down below telling me what you are planning to grow in your new raised bed. I read every single one. And if you are not subscribed yet, hit that button now because we drop videos like this every week and you do not want to miss what is coming next. Section 1. What you are actually building and why it works. So what we are making today is what old-time gardeners used to call a lasagna bed or a no-dig layered bed. But forget those names for a second because they sound complicated and this thing is anything but complicated. Think of it this way. You are basically stacking the right things in the right order directly on the ground and letting nature do the heavy lifting for you. No digging. No tilling. No breaking your back. The ground underneath slowly breaks down, worms move in from below, and your plants get access to deep rich nutrition that a store-bought bag of soil alone could never give them. The reason this works so incredibly well is because you are not fighting your soil. You are building on top of it and letting the whole system feed itself over time. Experienced gardeners pay consultants to tell them this. You are getting it right now for free. And the best part? You can set this whole thing up in an afternoon. Even if you have never gardened a day in your life. Section 2. What you need and where to get it without spending much. Now here is where it gets really interesting. Your main structure is not wood. It is not metal. It is not plastic. It is cardboard. Plain, flat, brown cardboard. The kind that comes wrapped around your online orders, your appliance boxes, the boxes your grocery store is about to throw in the dumpster right now. Cardboard is the foundation of this whole build and here is why it is brilliant. It blocks weeds completely when laid flat on the ground. It breaks down over a few months and becomes food for your soil. It costs nothing. And it is everywhere. Go to your local grocery store, your furniture shop, your electronics store or even just check your own recycling pile. Ask them to save boxes for you. Most places are grateful someone is taking them off their hands. Now outside of the cardboard here is what else you will gather. Your first layer after cardboard is brown material. Think dry leaves, straw, wood chips, even torn up newspaper. This is your carbon layer and it creates that warm spongy base that roots absolutely love. Your second layer is green material. Grass clippings, vegetable peels from your kitchen, coffee grounds, fresh plant trimmings. This brings nitrogen into the bed and nitrogen is basically plant fuel. Your third layer is your growing medium. This is where you can spend a little if you want to, but even here you have options that cost almost nothing. Finished compost from a municipal site if your area offers it, aged manure from a nearby farm, or a simple mix of topsoil and homemade compost if you have been keeping a pile. The total cost for most people doing this for the first time lands somewhere between $0 and the price of a single cup of coffee, depending on what you already have at home. That is not a gimmick. That is just math. Hey, pause right here for 1 second. If this is already blowing your mind a little bit, do me a favor and hit the like button right now. It genuinely helps this video reach other gardeners who are out here spending way too much money when they do not have to. And if you have a friend who just started gardening or keeps saying they want to but think it costs too much, share this video with them today. Now let us keep going because the build process is where it really gets fun. Section 3, How to actually build it step by step. Step 1 is picking your spot. You want somewhere that gets at least 6 hours of sunlight a day. Do not overthink this. If the sun hits it most of the day, you are good to go. Step 2 is laying your cardboard directly on the ground. You do not remove grass. You do not pull weeds. You lay the cardboard right on top of all of it, overlapping the edges by about 6 inches so nothing sneaks through the gaps. Wet the cardboard down thoroughly with a hose. Wet cardboard molds to the ground, blocks light from reaching the weeds underneath, and starts breaking down beautifully within weeks. Step 3 is adding your brown layer on top of the wet cardboard. Pour it on about 3 to 4 inches thick. Dry leaves work wonderfully here. Straw is excellent. Even torn cardboard pieces layered loosely can work in a pinch. This layer creates air pockets and retains moisture, two things that roots quietly celebrate. Step 4 is your green layer. Spread your kitchen scraps, your grass clippings, your fresh trimmings about 2 inches thick right on top of the brown. This is your compost in progress and it is going to start heating up and breaking down almost immediately once it is all stacked together. Step 5 is your growing medium on top. This is what your seeds or transplants go directly into, so you want it to be loose, rich, and at least 4 to 6 inches deep. The more the better. If you are planting root vegetables like carrots or radishes, aim for 8 inches or more on top. Water the whole thing thoroughly once it is built. Not flooding, just a good deep soak. Then you are done. The bed is built. It is alive. It is ready. Section 4, What to plant in it right away. This is where most guides stop, and honestly that drives me crazy because you came here to grow something, not just build something. The best plants for a brand new layered bed like this are ones that do not mind a slightly unsettled growing environment in those first few weeks while everything is getting cozy and breaking down. Leafy greens are your absolute best friends here. Lettuce, spinach, kale, Swiss chard. They are fast, they are forgiving, and they reward you quickly, which keeps you motivated to keep going. Herbs are equally brilliant. Basil, parsley, chives, and mint will take off in this setup without complaint. Grow them near the edges and they will practically take care of themselves. If you are feeling adventurous, cucumbers and zucchini do exceptionally well in layered beds because their roots spread wide and shallow, which is exactly what this setup supports. What you want to avoid in the first season are very deep root vegetables in a new bed unless you built your growing layer really thick. Give the bed 1 season to fully settle, and by your second planting it will be richer and better than almost anything you could have bought. Section 5, The one mistake that ruins this whole thing. I have to tell you this because it is the thing that trips people up every single time. The number one mistake people make with this build is not watering the cardboard layer properly before they start stacking. Dry cardboard does 2 things you do not want. It sits stiff and creates air gaps underneath that let weeds find their way through. And it takes much longer to break down, which means it can actually act as a barrier to your plant roots rather than feeding them. Soak that cardboard. Get it fully wet before you add anything on top. It should feel soft and heavy, not crunchy. That one small step is the difference between a bed that transforms in 4 weeks and one that sits there looking confused for an entire season. Listen, gardening was never supposed to be expensive. Somewhere along the way someone convinced us we needed perfect tools and premium products and custom-built structures just to grow a tomato. And that is simply not true. What you need is good information, a little patience, and the willingness to look at what you already have around you differently. A cardboard box is not trash. It is the start of something that feeds your family. So go get your boxes. Find your leaves. Check the kitchen for scraps. Pick your sunny spot. And build the thing today, not next weekend, not when you have more time. Today. If you build yours, I genuinely want to see it. Take a photo, post it, tag us, or just drop a comment below telling me what you planted first. This community is full of real gardeners doing real things on real budgets, and your story belongs here too. If you are not subscribed yet, this is the moment. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and come back next week because we have something coming that is going to make today's video look like just the warm-up. Until then, keep your hands in the dirt and your wallet in your pocket. I will see you in the next one.